Welcome everyone to the Season 6 premiere of the riveting gameplay episodes here at the Alien Investigations channel. I'm Steven, and I'm very happy to introduce episode 31, wherein my opponent Guillaume and I square off in a game of the X-Files Collectible card game. This matchup, which was recorded in May of 2023, was an interesting one. Not only did Guillaume and I utilize cards from the Unreleased Scully Expansion, but also our respective team of agents was selected not by us, but rather two other members of the avid X-Files CCG community. More specifically, my team of agents was handpicked by diehard Swiftie and amicable host of the Studio Swim channel, Mr. David Pease, while Guillaume's team was chosen by winter-hardened Wisconsinite Nathan Petrashek. Before we head into the game, I want to extend my deepest thanks to the three gentlemen in this video for availing their time and efforts to not only this episode, but for doing their part to raise awareness of this beloved albeit short-lived card game. Most especially to Guillaume, who among other things, crafted the beautiful playmat that you'll see in this very episode. Thanks to you, Guillaume, the visual experience of these games has been wonderfully enhanced and is better than ever. And to those of you tuning in, thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think of the show's new look. Without further ado, let the Season 6 games begin. Getting back to this episode's matchup, so again, Nathan chose the team of agents for Guillaume's team, and again, David chose my team of agents. And so I did want to ask each of you guys to take us through your thought process and what you were thinking as you were deciding what agents would you like to stick Guillaume and I with. David, we'll start with you.
Oh gosh, well, you know I like my theme decks, right? And I give them names, and it's all kind of fun, and they're like my best friend for a week. But I did kind of want to get you out of your comfort zone a little bit. You do have a certain team or formula that you use to put things together. So I wanted to kind of get away from that. So I put the team together, and I call them the Skeptic Society. They're all skeptic agents. There's no alien investigations, which is kind of your claim to fame. So yeah, the team there is very scientific. I don't want to give away too much before you flip it, but they're all the skeptics that you find there.
We'll come back to what you said. They're not as scientific as you make them out to be, and I'll dive into more of that.
I used the wrong word. I didn't mean to reference the keyword.
Yeah,
science.
A bit more bureaucratic. Now that would be a fair statement. But Nathan, why don't you talk us through your thought process and what you were thinking when you put Guillaume's team together?
Yeah, initially this team started off as a team of very, very weak agents. So, and I thought it would be ironic to use Guillaume's spreadsheet against him. So I started putting together a team of weak rated agents according to his spreadsheet. It did morph a little bit. So he actually turned out to have a couple very strong agents. But I wanted to mix in some agents that we don't see a whole lot of. And in putting this together, I started to wonder why, especially as it pertains to one of the agents who seems incredibly powerful. So we'll get a look at who he's rocking. But again, this is going to be a team of agents that are sort of, how do I put this? There's no like Mulder, Scully, Krychek, Skinner. So you can forget about hopes of seeing any premier characters, but he does have, I think, a team that has some interesting game effects, and so I'm really interested to see how Guillaume is going to use those.
All right, Guillaume, will you do the honors of revealing what agents Nathan chose for you?
Sure. So we've got Agent Jerry Lamana. We got Charles Burke. We have Agent Tom Colton. We have Lieutenant Brian Tillman. And finally, we have Clyde Bruckman.
Okay, a 5-man team. We didn't specifically discuss how many agents were going to be necessary for this. The only criteria that we had was that the agent's collective RP had to be 20, and they had to have a minimum of 5 res. And I believe, Guillaume, you've got 6 there. Is that correct?
Well, yes.
What are your thoughts as you look at the agents that Nathan has chosen for you?
Well, I don't usually use the first 3 agents. I don't usually use them, and I think this is the first time that I've actually had Clyde Bruckman on my team, so I'm actually looking forward to that. If I keep them together, they should be okay against most of the bluffs that change the side prerequisite, and even some of the events that make you pass some skill checks. We'll see about health and combat, though. So I tried including some cards that would help me with that. We'll see if they come up.
And as you can see, David has chosen only 4 agents for my team. And the first one is my lead agent, Dana Scully.
Oh, you gave him the GenCon.
Yeah.
I did do that on purpose. I was hoping you would pull out the GenCon.
And Dana Scully is going to be joined by her boss, Assistant Director Walter Skinner. And they are going to be also joined by Agent Rich. And lastly, from the Unreleased Scully Expansion, Agent 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬.
Well, that's an interesting team.
Now, while I will say Scully and Skinner are very strong agents, I can't knock that. They are some very powerful agents. The thing is, though, is they have very contrasting skills between the two of them. And what you want, if you want to have a more synergistic team, is you want to have some agents that sort of bridge that gap between these 2 agents. Like, for instance, we do have Agent Rich, who doesn't really do that. An agent that would more bridge the gap between Scully and Skinner would be like either Agent Colton, who has bureaucracy and sciences, and which Scully and Skinner are both rocking that in abundance. And of course, he does have the ability to pay for like bureaucracy cards. So if you decide you want to use Skinner to investigate sites, Colton can oblige that. Or Nancy Spiller, who also has bureaucracy and sciences. So again, that's an agent that would bridge the skills between Skinner and Scully so that you do have more of a potential. So it's a good team, but there are a lot of vulnerabilities that can be exploited with some very cheap and ineffective CP cards.
You know, I know this is a tough team, and you're one of our better players, so I didn't want to make it easy for you. And I told you when I presented the team to you that if anyone can make this work, it's you. So let's see you do your magic.
David, before you go, I wanted to say I really like your Reputation T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I'm a Swiftie. I was at that concert in Tennessee.
Awesome.
During the Reputation tour. It was awesome.
Gentlemen, I will send you backstage in order to bring up our tables, and Guillaume and I will get this game started. Thank you both very much.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So the object of the game is to be the first to figure out what your opponent's face-down card is. First person to do that wins the game. And so the way we do that is by... where's my checklist? Right here. So we do have this handy-dandy checklist with the list of 41 possible X-File cards for which that face-down card could be. And so we'll be using that to determine it by process of elimination. Guillaume, are you ready to draw your 7?
Yes.
All right, let's do that. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party started. I'll be taking on the role of the investigating player for this inaugural round. And with that, I will draw a free card to begin the briefing phase. Okay, so let's assess my team's res, which a moment ago I did say is generally going to be 5, although Skinner does have a particular effect in which if he is in the bureau, he is treated as a res 3. So for this briefing phase, he will be providing 3 res. Scully will have 2, Agent Rich will have 1, and Agent 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 will have 1. And so that's going to take my resource pool up from 5 to 12. And yeah, I'm liking what I have, so I will refrain from buying any cards at this moment. Guillaume, I'll pass it over to you to sell any cards as you wish.
Okay, so I'm going to sell just one card, the semi-jacketed Hollow Points, for 2. And, well, actually I'm going to buy 2 cards and passing it back to you.
Thank you. So we'll head out of the briefing phase and enter the healing phase. But at this point, obviously, we just got this game started and none of my agents are in the hospital in need of medical attention. So we'll bypass the healing phase and move on to the requisition phase. I did not pull any equipment cards, so let's head out of the requisition phase and head into the deployment phase, in which I will be sending everyone to the field, including Assistant Director Skinner. And so we'll now head into the case assignment phase, for which I'll potentially be sending my team to 2 sites.
What are you leaving out?
What makes you think I'm leaving anything out?
Multiple missing persons cases are not that uncommon, Mulder. Why this particular one warrants us flying halfway across the country and driving for 2 hours is a total mystery. Oh, tell me you're not serious.
The 2 sites that I have before you here, Guillaume, are UFO Wreckage in Townsend, Wisconsin, which is a multi-site with the keywords alien investigation, bureaucracy, motive, and result. We also have Stryker's Cove in Hevelman's Lake, Blue Ridge Mountains, Georgia, which has the keywords affiliation, mono, and evidence collection. I will be using Agent Rich's RP token to pay for part of Stryker's Cove, and I will be deducting 2 from my resource pool to pay for the rest of the sites. And Agent Rich's RP token is replaced at the beginning of each of my briefing phases. So at this point, Guillaume is deciding whether or not he would like to place any face-down bluff cards on either of my 2 sites. And Madeline's like, the silence is intense. Yes, I can almost hear the gears turning in Guillaume's head all the way over in France as he decides whether or not he's going to lay down any face-down cards to give me pause about whether or not I want to proceed to send my agents to one or both of these sites.
1.
1 bluff on UFO Wreckage?
Yes, one on each site.
1 on each. I will use one of Scully's 3 tokens to take a look at the bluff that you put on Stryker's Cove.
So the bluff is radioactive area.
Okay.
Increase the site prerequisite by 1 point.
Alrighty. Interesting. I'm first going to play Alien Discretion on UFO Wreckage, Townsend, Wisconsin. And the effect is as follows. Play on a team about to investigate a site with alien investigation as a prerequisite. And it is one of the 2 prerequisites listed on that site. Discard all bluffs assigned, or discard all cards assigned as bluffs at that site. X equals the number of bluffs at that site, for which it is 1 now. You took away 1?
Yes, which is exactly why I removed 1, because I figured you might have that card in your hand.
1. Okay, so I'm going to be sending all of my agents to the UFO Wreckage in Townsend, Wisconsin. We'll be postponing our investigation into Stryker's Cove. Okay, so All of my agents have been assigned to UFO wreckage. We are now in the investigation phase, for which we will be allocating our bureaucracy skills to this particular site, of which Skinner has 4, Bonacese has 2, for a total of 6. That's enough to make the prerequisite of 5.
I'm going to play the other bluff that I previously removed. Face up, Detective Tony Fiore.
Oh,
play 2 cards to opponent to discard 2 cards at random from his hand immediately.
2?
Yeah.
2.
That matter is still under investigation, and so can't comment on it.
Detective, we're under the direct authority of Captain Gershom at the 14th Precinct.
14th Precinct? I never worked out of the 1-4. What's all this about?
We believe that the death of Detective Rudy Barbala yesterday can be linked to the death of Officer Morris 9 years ago.
Linked how? And I thought this Barbala flipped his wig and jumped out a window.
I was hoping to use this for a better purpose, but I'm going to play No One So Paranoid for 5. Very expensive card. That's going to take my pool down from 8 to 3. Anyway, what else do you have for me?
Well, that's it. You are free to ask your question.
Ooh, well, can sigh of relief there. That was a close one. All right, so because my team's investigation of Townsend, Wisconsin has proven successful, they've been awarded either a motive or a result question. And I think for this first one, I'll be asking a result question. Guillaume, by any chance, is your X-Files result death?
Well, let's find out. No, it's not.
It is not. By the way, did you choose your X-File randomly for this game?
Yes, as usual.
As usual. All right, so now that we have asked our question, I'm going to discard UFO wreckage, and at this point, Guillaume, we're going to head into the debriefing phase, for which I'm sitting on very, very few cards. We need to discard down to 7, should we have more than 7 cards in our hands. Pray tell, sir, how many are you sitting on at this point?
I have 5.
Sitting on 5 cards? All right, and
Yes.
so with that, we'll pass it over to you, sir. Go ahead and draw that free card.
All right. Okay, I'm going to generate my rise, which is 6. Puts me at 11. And I am just going to draw 1 card, I think. Just draw one card.
1 card. Okay.
Yes.
And you got 10 res to go there, so it's not too shabby. All right, so at this point, let's see, I need to unload some stuff here. And I guess I'll be parting ways with Skinner's wedding ring, and Jeremiah Smith, one of the Scully set witnesses, is also going to get deposited, for which costs 5, so that's going to be a total of 9, and that's going to take my conspiracy pool up from 5 to 14. Yes, 9 and 5 is 14. And let's say we make it an even number. I will buy 4 cards, and that'll take my conspiracy pool down from 14 to 10. Back to you, sir.
Right, so no healing yet, no requisition. For deployment, I'm going to send everyone to the field. I'm going to play Reading the Signs.
State police reported there's graffiti on the bark.
Looks like some kind of ritual symbol.
Most of the refugees that focused on are Haitian.
Mrs. McAlpin believes voodoo was behind her husband's death?
Mrs. McAlpin doesn't believe her husband killed himself. She wants to know who did.
Any team in the field, if the team makes an occult investigation 4+ skill check, they may take 2 from your opponent resource pool, conspiracy pool, and add them to their res pool. So
Yes, indeed. And so now my conspiracy pool goes down from 10 to 8, and Guillaume's goes up to 12. Very, very handy card if you got an occult investigation team.
I'm also going to play Charlie Toscani immediately.
I only let them as far as the front door. Anybody that knows me knows I keep the ancient beliefs out there and the police working here.
The woman in the pool hall said that people were afraid of some Indian legend. What do they believe happened in the Parker case?
Look, I'm not a park ranger here to answer all your questions about Indians. Whenever I need federal help, I never get it. Since this case falls under the jurisdiction of the FBI, you're entitled to examine the body. So let's get it over with.
Attach this witness to a team to add his skills to, well, combat, close range and long range. Always good to have.
Yes, it is.
And for case assignment, you are going to go investigate Exercise the Convalescent Home. It costs 1, and I'm going to use Colton's token to pay for it, since its keywords are occult investigation, criminal investigation, motive, or method.
Okay, so...
And before you do anything else, I'm going to use Bruckman's token to look at your hand.
Damn it.
Please.
All right. I should have been quicker on that.
Oh, I can't tell you where this is from, but the killer's going to kill more people before you catch him.
Can you see him physically yet?
No. Just more insight into his character, which I know you hate. He thinks he's psychic.
Is he?
I hope not. I've seen some of the things he's seen.
Like what? What does he see?
Hey! You. He sees you. Trying to catch him.
Where does this take place?
In a kitchen. You're looking around for someone. He's behind you now, but you don't know it. And he's stalking towards you and... Oh, God.
What? What do you see?
He's got a knife. It's got blood on it.
So we're looking at, you've got a tail, which you know what that does?
Yes.
Rejuvenating caves, which I was going to wait till the end of the round. Puzzles within puzzles, unnatural aging, unexplainable time loss, Detective Miles, and Erlenmeyer flask.
Quite a good conspiracy hand there.
What are you feeling, sir? You can remove one of these cards from the game. Which is it going to be?
Well, there are 2 cards that will bother me this turn. So I think the obvious choice is to get rid of puzzles within puzzles, because it would cancel the investigation.
That's obvious. So that's your choice?
Yeah.
All right, so you have bested my easy attempt at thwarting your investigation, which unfortunately doesn't bode well for me this round. So may I now apply bluffs to your site, Guillaume? Is it okay now?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
2.
Yes.
And as you know, I have 3 in my hand, so the question is, which 2 bluffs got put down?
I think Detective Miles is a given.
Yeah, it's a given.
We'll send everyone to the site and see what bluffs are there.
Sign your agents.
Well, everyone is going.
Everyone's going. Of course they are. So you got 2 site prerequisites to choose from there, good sir. Which one are you going to be applying your agent skills?
Okay. Well, actually, that's a good question, because that's one of those sites where I could use both.
Yeah, mostly thanks to Clyde Bruckman, too, because, he's bringing both the occult and the criminal investigation you need.
Well, just to be safe, I'm going to use criminal investigation 5+, and I currently have 7, and I'm going to ask if the motive is security. So that's
all right,
4.
that's safe. Safe choice.
Tillman has 2, Colton has 2, Clyde Bruckman has 2, Lamana has 1, and Burke doesn't have any.
He's got none. All right, well, let's see the bluffs. The first one, as you very well guessed earlier, is Detective Miles. I'll pay 1 to move 2, which is fitting because you just played reading the signs on me, so we're basically just back to right to where we left off. But because Detective Miles is face down, he is thus free. So I get the 2 back that you just stole from me, so that is very, very fitting.
Special Agent Dana Scully, FBI, drop your weapon.
I'm with the county sheriff's department. You're trespassing on private property here.
We are conducting an investigation.
Get in your car and leave both of you, or I'll have to arrest you. I don't care who you are. Hold on. This is a crime scene. Did you hear what I said? You are on private property without legal permission. Now, I'm only going to say it one more time. Get in your car and leave.
And the second bluff, Guillaume, is unnatural aging. And this is a slightly... Wait. How many sciences do you have? You have enough. I'm not paying for that. True bluff that. Because, as Guillaume, you saw, the only other card I had in my hand is also dependent upon a Sciences 4 skill check. I've really got nothing to stop this particular investigation. So I'm going to go ahead and play the one other conspiracy card that is worth anything for this round, and that is Rejuvenating Caves. And that one will not in any way hinder Guillaume's investigation, but it will allow me to place 10 tokens on this card, and beginning on my next foray as the conspiracy player, I may use up to 2 tokens from this card and add them to my conspiracy pool. So at the moment, I'm placing 10 tokens on that card and deducting 2 from my conspiracy pool to pay for it, of course. Guillaume, fire away with your questions, sir.
Is your motive security?
Motive is not security. So anyway, let's head into the briefing phase, shall we? Debriefing phase.
I have 4 cards.
Yeah, same. So holding on to what few of them are still in my hand. And at that point, let's pass it back to me. I will draw my free card to start a new round. And we are now once again in the briefing phase. All right, so now that Skinner has been relegated to the field in the last round, he is going to only be generating 1 res, as is Agent Rich and Agent 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬, and Scully will be generating 2 res, which will take my resource pool up from 3 to 8. And I don't have a lot in my hand, as you saw from your Clyde Bruckman effect a moment ago, so I'm going to need to buy some stuff. How about we'll split it? 4 cards, which will take my resource pool down from 8 to 4. It's not great, but I need cards. Alrighty, Guillaume. What are you selling, sir?
I don't have a lot of cards in my hand either, so I have to sell some things that I would not want to sell, but I do need some CP, so I'm going to sell Striker's Cove for 2 and Wayne Morgan for 3. So that's 5.
Oh, not Wayne Morgan.
And I'm going to buy 3 cards. Yeah, 3 cards.
As anyone just maybe saw an elated smile on my face just a moment ago as I was picking up my 4 cards, is because I just drew hard evidence, which could not have come up at a better time when my resource pool is a little lacking going into this. So I will pay 2 to add 5 tokens to my pool, which will thus take it up from 4 to 7. Once again, healing phase. My agents are not in the hospital, so there is no healing to be done at this point. Requisition phase. No equipment cards in my hand. So we'll skip past requisition as well and head into deployment, for which we'll be keeping everyone deployed in the field. And for case assignment, we'll be potentially sending the team to Folkestone, North Carolina, which is a multi-site Guillaume with the keywords bureaucracy, behavioral, affiliation, and motive. And I'll be deducting 1 from my resource pool to pay for that site. I turn to you, sir. Throw some bluffs at me.
No bluffs.
No bluffs, eh? Well then, let us head into the investigation phase, in which we will be applying our bureaucracy skills. Shocker, right? It's not like we're sitting on a whole lot of behavioral. We'll be applying our bureaucracy skills to the site, for which, once again, Assistant Director Walter Skinner has 4, and Agent 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 has 2. What do you got for me, Guillaume?
I have 1 adversary. I'm going to play Luis Cardinal for 3.
Oh, geez, Luis Cardinal. Oh, man. And tell us, Guillaume, about that particular adversary.
So his keywords are adversary, government, creature, and pawn, activator, conspiracy, and agent. And he only attacks 1 agent, my choice, for 1 long close range combat.
You get a payphone that's out of order. Nobody complains? I'm complaining.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sure it's been called in.
You're sure? Meanwhile, I'm going to miss that phone call. That's going to cost me time and money. Who's going to call that in?
If he attacks either Skinner or 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬, there is a special effect, but we'll see if you can negate him first.
What did I tell you, Mr. Skinner? I don't negotiate. Especially with punks like you who think they can bluff me.
Bluff you?
You haven't got any tape. You haven't got any deal. You can't play poker if you're not holding any cards, Mr. Skinner. You ever wondered what it would be like to die in a plane crash? A botulism? Even a heart attack's not uncommon for a man your age. I think I'm bluffing.
I'm not finished yet.
So anyway, I'm deducting 3 from my resource pool to pay for Work a Deal, which has a long-winded effect, but the only important part about that card is the first sentence, which is, played by itself, this card will negate 1 government adversary. The rest of it is just dependent upon whether or not I had the taped intelligence equipment card attached to any of my agents, for which I don't, and otherwise its resource effect would take a place, but the taped intelligence is not there. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time we've seen Work a Deal played in this game. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I threw 2 of them in there because I'm like, I guarantee Guillaume's got Luis Cardinal for sure. That is just an easy adversary right there.
No, well, I don't have any other cards that I can pay for.
All right, and so because of that, my team's investigation of Folkestone has proven successful, and we've been awarded affiliation or motive question. And I think the wisest course of action will be to ask Guillaume, by any chance, is your X-Files affiliation government?
No, it is not.
It is not. That would have been way too easy and way too convenient.
Yes.
Cool. So, you got any more cards to play before we head into debriefing?
No, that's it.
All right, very cool. So, sitting. I'm going to get rid of unexplainable time loss because I just and watch. This is the time where Guillaume decides to break up his team in the next round.
Oh.
But
and then your second unexplainable time loss will come up at that time.
Maybe. Go ahead and draw your free card.
So I had 4 cards during the last debriefing. So
okay, yeah.
My free card.
Yep.
I'm going to generate my res, which is still 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's 12. I'm going to buy 4 cards.
Okay. Let's part ways with misclassified case for 5 and evasive maneuvers for 4. And that is a total of 9, so that's going to take it up from 8 to 17. And how about, let's go with 5 cards. And that'll take it down from 17 to 12. Back to you, sir.
All right, so no healing, no requisition. Everyone stays in the field where they are. And for case assignment, we are going to go investigate the Manhattan Propulsion Laboratory. It's computer for plus and motive question. And I'm going to pay 2 for that site.
Sounds good.
Engine efficiency? 94%. We need more. How's the back pressure holding? What do you think? It's climbing. Increase the blade inclination. I said increase the blade inclination. Inclination of the blade is pi over 9. We've reached maximum velocity. No! Let it go. It will work. The engine's going to destroy itself. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to destroy itself. Come on, we're almost there. There's something wrong with our equations. What happened? Nothing. Because Cernow pulls the plug. I'm just protecting the baby. And 4 years of work, Frank. 4 years of work that's going to add up to zilch. Because unless we show some progress, they're going to pull the plug on us, Ron.
1 bluff.
Okay, I'm sending the whole team to the site.
Yeah, of course you are. All right, so everyone's there. Tell us about your skills for that.
So it's computer 4 plus, and I have
4 from Burke.
And I have 7 computer.
We do have a new viewer. 4-way flashers on comics. Oh yeah, you just recently subscribed to my channel, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you so much for that. Evening all. So glad I found this community. It's been a big help. And yes, on behalf of everyone here, we welcome you to the community. And without further ado, Guillaume, I'm going to go ahead and unveil that bluff, which is a nasty surprise, for which I will play to add 5 tokens to my pool. We all know what that does. So that takes my conspiracy pool up from 12 to 15.
Open the door! What are you doing? Open the door! Escape! Are you listening?
I have nothing else to stop your investigation, Guillaume, so fire away, good sir.
Okay, so it's a motive question. Is your motive knowledge?
I think you are correct on that. Let's see. My X-Files motive is knowledge. Congratulations on that.
No, I did ask knowledge because I think there were 8 knowledge possibilities. I think so.
Yeah, no, I think it just seems like it's few because you look at like primordial and you look at occult, and there's only 1 knowledge in each of those 2 categories. So it just seems like there's very few of them. But then you go up to like say government and alien, and there's more in there. And so, Guillaume, as we enter debriefing, what cards, sir, will you be parting ways with?
Alright, so I need to discard something.
And I'm going to get rid of You've Got a Tail, because you have really been refraining from playing resource cards. And I've got too many in my hand, so that one's going bye-bye.
So I'm going to get rid of... Oh. No one believes you.
Ah. All right, so in that case, let's pass it back to me, and I will draw my free card to start a new briefing phase. All right, so once again, because Skinner is out in the field, he is treated as a Res 1 for this briefing phase. So I'll be adding 5 to my resource pool, which will take it up from 3 to 8. Thinking I'll just buy 1 card. Oh, but the 1 card was blue plate, so I'm going to just play that right now. So, blue plate special. Play this card and flip over the next card in your bureau deck. If it's a resource card, I will get to play it for free this round, if applicable. And, oh, street contacts. So, very applicable. Very, very applicable. Guillaume, while I'm deciding how to use that card, you go ahead and sell as you wish.
No, I'm going to have to do something that I don't like, but most of my hand is conspiracy cards. I'm going to have to sell latent image for 1, and unfortunately I'm going to have to sell a call for help for 4.
Oh,
so that's a total of 5.
As Scully cards go, that one stings.
Yes, absolutely. But
oh man, dude, I'm feeling that one from here. Good lord.
There are sometimes you just have to make some tough choices.
Yeah, sacrifices must be made. Do you have anything to do before we head out of briefing?
Yeah, 2 cards too.
2 cards, and that leaves you with what, 5 conspiracy?
Yes.
All right. So let's head into the healing phase once again, but only for a moment because we don't have any healing to be done. No agents in the hospital. They are in top-notch health. They've passed their physicals with flying colors. Let's move on to the requisition phase. And again, I'm almost certain I did not include any equipment in this entire deck, so we'll be pretty much skipping requisition, this time and as we go forward. Deployment. Well, feeling okay. I'm going to send Skinner back to the Bureau for this deployment phase, and I'm going to leave the others out in the field. And, we'll head into case assignment, for which we're going to return to Striker's Cove, Guillaume.
Now, if you hit Striker's Cove, you've gone too far.
Call the sheriff. We got a floater.
Do you have any other bluffs you want to play on that?
Yes, I do.
2?
1. Well, the one that was already there and next row
but
1.
Now 2.
Yeah.
But now 2. Okay. Okay, so let's head into the... Well, no, before... Well... I guess I could... All right, before we head into investigation, Scully token, show me what you just put down on that one.
It's Sheriff Daniels.
God damn it.
Play to change the side prerequisite to subterfuge 3+.
All right, let's head in. We'll be applying, obviously, our evidence collection skills to this site, for which Scully has 2, Agent Rich has 2, Agent Bonacchese has 2. So...
Well, let's just go with Sheriff Daniels.
All right, for what, 2?
Yes.
In that case, I'm going to play Langley for 2 and negate Sheriff Daniels. That's the easy one. I really wanted to use that street contacts because it's there and it's free until the end of this round. So, got anything else you want to play?
No. I'm not playing the radioactive area because it would be useless. And unfortunately, I don't have... Again, there are cards that I would like to play, but I don't have enough CP to pay for them, so...
Yep. Okay, so that's a wraps, isn't it?
Yeah, I've included equipment cards specifically to sell for CP, but unfortunately, they have not come up yet, so I'm in a situation where I do have cards to play against you, but I cannot afford them.
Because of that, my team has been awarded an affiliation question thanks to that successful site investigation, and let's go ahead and scratch off Alien from this. Guillaume, by any chance, is your X-Files affiliation Alien?
No, it's not.
I will continue to refrain from taking a crack at identifying Guillaume's X-File because at this point, a penalty question would only bode very well for him. So Hevelman's Lake, Blue Ridge Mountains, Georgia, is going to the trash bin. And before we exit, I may as well use that street contacts and get a witness out of here because, as per Blue Plate, it is going bye-bye at the end of this turn.
Didn't expect you here till after visiting hours.
There was a man. He took Scully's blood.
Forget him.
Get that gun out of my
This
face.
high-capacity compact 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 40 caliber weapon is pointed at your head to stress my insistence that your search for who put your partner on that respirator desist immediately.
You ignore my call, Robin. You expect me to do what you say. You
go to hell. You got him killed. You got her killed. That's not going to happen to me. You're my tool. You understand? I come to you when I need you.
I'll pull out Owen Jarvis because he costs 4, so we'll sell him more than likely in the subsequent round. All right, so debriefing phase, right, Guillaume? All right, what am I parting ways with here? What am I parting with? Yeah, I'll part ways with Alien Technology, and I'm kicking myself for not playing it at the end of that first round when I got the bureaucracy site success. I just forgot about it. Anyway, let's pass it back to you, sir. Nathan, I haven't checked on you lately. How are we doing? Yep, thumbs up. All right, cool.
All right, I'm drawing my free card. Generating my res, which is 6, puts me at 12. I'm going to buy 5 cards.
Anyway, I'm going to part ways with Owen Jarvis for 4, and so that takes my pool up to 19. I might as well just go ahead and just use some of Rejuvenating Caves as well. So that will add 2 more to my conspiracy. I'll have a lot of discarding to do, but 6 cards. Now take it down from 21 to 15. A lot of discarding to do, more than likely. Anyway, over to you, Guillaume.
No healing, no requisition. Everyone stays in the field. We are going to go investigate Central Prison in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's occult investigation or criminal investigation, motive or method. I'm going to use Colton's token to pay for that. And before you can play any bluffs, I'm going to play Make the Deal for 2.
Of course you are.
Play this card on one side card during the case assignment phase. No bluffs may be played on this side, except for bluffs, which would negate this card.
Yep.
I told Skinner to make the deal, but not to hand over the tape until you agreed to it.
Okay, are we in investigation phase now?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, let's head into investigation phase, Guillaume. Sign your agent.
I'm sending everyone, and I am going to be using criminal investigation.
Yep. Well, all I'm really sitting on are bluffs, so you played that card at exactly the right point. So, yeah, fire away, my good friend.
Okay, so I already know your motive, so I'm going to ask a method question. Is your method subterfuge?
My X-Files method is subterfuge. I repeat, my X-Files method is subterfuge. Guillaume, your crystal ball is shining ever so brightly, and it's telling you all that's written in the stars. And, in fact, it's probably telling you what my X-File is at this point, because with those two scratched off my X-Files motive or method, it can only be so many at this point. So, fire away, sir.
Well, I have you down to 3. Out of the 3, there is not one that really calls that to me, so I'm not going to ask an identity question at this point. Yes.
With that, I gotta get rid of some stuff because you prevented me from playing a whole lot of stuff. Parting ways with Big Blue, Lula Phillips, Deceiving the Flock.
I'm going to discard Deceiving the Flock, Detective Thompson, and Psychotic Attack. Yes, it seems like all of my conspiracy cards are at the top of the deck, so...
Well, you haven't any trouble investigating sites, though, so at least the site cards are coming up.
Yeah, thankfully.
All right, let's pass it back to me.
Yes.
Free card. All right, so because Skinner is back in the Bureau, he is now treated as a Res 3, and with that, I'll be generating 7 Res for this briefing phase, which is going to take my resource pool up from 5 to 12. All right, so I'll buy 3 cards, so that'll take my resource pool down from 12 to 9, and Guillaume, I pass it over to you. Sell away, sir.
So I'm going to sell Arlington, Virginia for 2 and the shotgun for 6. That's 8. Right. And I'm going to buy 3 cards.
So healing phase. Once again, everyone is in top-notch form, and no one is in the hospital at this point, inpatient or outpatient or otherwise. So we'll head into requisition, and again, there are no equipment cards in this hand, so we'll be brushing past that to the deployment phase, in which we'll be sending Skinner right back out into the Bureau, where he will join his comrades. Let's send the team right back to UFO wreckage in Townsend, Wisconsin, because we had so much luck there the first time round, didn't we, Guillaume?
No.
Well, I did, but yeah.
Well, whatever it was, dropped off the screen at 2418, sir. Hit ground just west of Lake Michigan outside Townsend, Wisconsin.
The tracking and impact prediction team calculated impact at over 800 miles per hour.
I've instructed Chief Courts to start a report right away. Use these radar tapes to support...
Negative. What she tracked was a meteor. Its aberrant movement was obviously due to instrument malfunction.
But, sir...
Your report will reflect these facts. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Code Indigo Delta Echo 9er. I have a confirmed fallen angel in Sector 87. Mobilize Operation Falcon immediately.
In case you've forgotten, UFO Wreckage has the following keywords: multi, alien investigation, bureaucracy, motive, and result. While you're hemming and hawing over bluffs, I'll just do the blue plate and just get it out of the way. Because I'm going to have... Oh! It's hard evidence. Great. Let's do it now. All right, hard evidence, so I get the full 5.
It's probably a safe bet Ray Soames never made the varsity basketball team. Seal this up. Right now. Nobody sees or touches this. Nobody.
Okay, no bluffs. All of that thinking for just for that.
It's all good. It's all good. I was like, I still sit on 1 Scully token anyway, so... all right, so let's head into the investigation phase, for which we will once again be applying our bureaucracy skills, in which Skinner has 4, Bonacchese has 2. That brings it up to 6, enough to make the bureaucracy 5 skill check. Guillaume, what do you got?
I'm going to play the Sandman.
Oh, 4. The Sandman.
No. He retains not his anger forever, because he delights in mercy. He will turn again. He will have compassion on us. He will subdue our iniquities, Henry, and he will cast all our sins into the depths of the sea. It's all right, Henry. It's all over now.
He does have a result site activator, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's correct. And its keywords are adversary, evolutionary, and creature.
Ooh. Evolutionary, you say?
You've provided no concrete evidence that frog depopulation is the exclusive result of human encroachment.
A frog holocaust is currently being executed, Dr. Bailey, and man is the executioner.
You're a biologist, Faraday. You've never heard of survival of the fittest?
Well, don't forget that rule also applies to mankind. You can't turn your back on nature, or nature will turn her back on you.
And while I don't have detective manners to rely on to get me a witness, I do have a frog holocaust event for which we'll negate 1 keyword evolutionary card for the cost of 3. I can't believe that card actually came in handy. I was probably going to pitch it for CP in the next round. Let's get to the brass tacks, shall we? In this case is the question, for which is either going to be a motive or result, and I have yet to ascertain a single characteristic of your X-File, so I could go either way on this. By any chance, is your X-File physiological imbalance?
No, it's not.
It is not. Really hoping to get a yes at some point this evening, but it appears that it's not written in the stars. Even though I have Guillaume narrowed down to 10 X-Files, I still don't feel confident with a 1 in 10 shot. So, going to have to try to do this again in another round. But in the meantime, Guillaume, let's head into debriefing.
I have 7 cards.
Yep. And I'm going to discard my second alien discretion because I have already used both of the towns in Wisconsin sites, so it is thus useless.
All right, so that makes me feel better knowing that you had 1, because that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Any face down left.
Intruder countermeasures program? I mean, I guess I'm okay on CP, but I had to get rid of stuff. All right, back to you, sir. Draw that free card.
So generating my res, 6 puts me at 11. And I'm going to play hard evidence.
This isn't official procedure. Really?
I'm going to buy 4 cards, and back.
Thank you. And I'm going to add 2 more from Rejuvenating Caves, and that will take my conspiracy pool up to 17. I will also be selling True Stigmatic, one of the Scully set cards, for 3. That'll take it up to 20. Yeah, let's do 5. Let's get deep in this deck before it's game. I really need to pull out all the stops if I'm gonna, stop you. Back to you.
Right, no healing, no requisition. Everyone stays in the field, and you are going to go investigate Alistair Crowley High School. It's occult investigation or observation, affiliation result. I'm paying 1 for the site.
Your records indicate a high incidence of students complaining of depression, headaches, eating disorders.
This is high school. It's normal for students to display abnormal behavior.
I'm assuming you're familiar with the early indications of repressed memory.
Just because a student has a headache doesn't mean he's repressing a memory.
In your counseling, you found no evidence of any past ritual abuse?
None.
Would it be possible for me to speak to any of the students who've had chronic complaints?
That would be a betrayal of the doctor-patient relationship. Sorry.
The volume of student complaints, he was pretty quick to dismiss my concerns.
Maybe there's nothing here.
Or he's hiding something.
2 bluffs.
Okay, I'm sending the whole team to the site.
All right. And tell us which skills you're
I'm
applying.
going to be using Occult Investigation 5+. Tillman has 2. No, Tillman has 1. Bruckman has 3. And Burke has 2.
All right. I will be using 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬's token to send Clyde Bruckman back to the Bureau.
How did you know about the entrails? That information hasn't been released to the press.
I never read the papers. Too depressing.
Mr. Bruckman. Sorry, Mr. Bruckman, but I'm going to have to ask you to come with us.
And so tell us about your occult investigation skills at this point.
So I have 3.
While you're hemming and hawing over that, should I reveal the first bluff?
Yes.
All right. The first bluff is the mailman.
We have enough evidence to place you at each of the crime scenes. In addition to accessory to murder, you're looking at conspiracy, breaking and entering, commission of a felony on federal property.
Can you get a cigarette? No.
We know you weren't acting alone, Quentin. We know you had an accomplice.
How did he do it, Quentin?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
How did he get past the guard? How did he kill him? Trevor was only 8 years old.
I don't know. I didn't kill anybody. I'm just the mailman.
What does that mean, you're just a mailman?
Rappalo's mailman.
And I will be paying 3 for that, which will take my pool down from 15 to 12. And the mailman is going to be moving 1 game effect token from any one card to another immediately. This may not take a card above the normal number of tokens allowed. And I will be taking Burke's token and adding it right back to 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬.
So before you do that, just I'm going to use Lamana's token to look at your hand.
All of which leads me to believe that our guy was some kind of sociopathic game player. Maybe even a recluse, since he designed a trap not only to avoid detection, but to avoid contact with the victim.
Is that your profile?
Forget it. Drake's final phone call supports this theory.
So, Luis Cardinal, Cara Wade, Erlenmeyer Flask. The Conundrum. Hell Money. 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. God, the glare. Museum of Natural History, Boston, Massachusetts. The Mechanic and Make the Deal. And so, yeah, Carl Wade's Motive, so you're good, but Cardinal. This is Conundrum Evidence Collection. You're good on that. So, want to go over the RP cards again?
Yes, please.
Hell Money, Erlenmeyer Flask, Make the Deal, a Handy Sight, and a 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬.
So,
not bad choices,
no,
but it's not going to get the MAILMAN. I don't. Yeah, choices. Rocking a hard place.
Yes.
And you have to get rid of this card at the end of the turn, so it's not like something that would help in a later round. And you thought you had a tough decision with Bruckman's token earlier.
Yes. I'm going to still make the deal.
All right. There you go. So I can expect some rigid bluffs hitting me in the next one. So,
Jerry, what the hell are you doing?
Hey, don't get all bent out of shape.
Jerry, that was my profile.
Look, I didn't think you'd mind. Anyway, they were just notes. I filled in the blanks.
Jerry, you went into my office and you stole my work.
Look, right, you're on this case because I asked you to help me out, and you helped me out. What is the big deal?
Okay, I'm going to play Grid Parent Search for 2. And I'm going to call for help.
Mulder.
Mulder, we pulled something off that videotape you found in Scully's room.
What is it?
Something interesting. But we don't want to talk about it over the phone. Big Brother may be listening.
takes you down to... Well, you can play the next card for free, courtesy of Call for Help, so it could be anything.
Okay, and I'm going to play No One So Paranoid.
Oh, No One So Paranoid. So the MAILMAN's negated?
Yes.
Alright, so... Sorry, Bonacchese token. Alright, so... We come down to the second bluff that I had set down. Guillaume, you ready for it?
Yes.
That second one is Dr. Stroman. Play to change a site prerequisite to medical 3.
Dr. Stroman.
Dr. Stroman, this is my partner, Special
Hi.
Agent Scully.
You're the physician in charge?
Yeah, they called me down from D.C. to try and develop a clear diagnosis for the court.
Have you?
I wish I could say yes.
Has he been sedated?
I've got him on heavy Thorazine, but it only seems to knock him back a notch or two.
He seems pretty manageable to me.
It may be some form of organic delusional syndrome, possibly due to chronic methamphetamine abuse, I don't know. But he is prone to outbursts.
Who called you down on this case?
Dr. Khan from the Department of Social Health Services.
Could we speak to him?
I don't think he's in today, but I can certainly check for you.
So I live to fight another day. But now I need to part ways with stuff. All right, goodbye, Carl Wade. Conundrum. Watch you play an evidence collection site on the next time round. How many cards are you losing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to discard 2 cards. So I'm discarding McGrath and Los Angeles, California.
All right, so we had it ready to pass it back to me?
Yes.
All right, drawing a free card, starting another briefing phase. If only it would be the final one, but I still got a lot of work to do on my end. Skinner is back out in the field. He is treated as a Res 1, so I'm only generating 5 Res from my team of 4. Methinks I'm going to draw... let's do 3 cards.
So I'm going to sell the Walter PPK for 4, Glock 19 for 4, and Frohiki for 3. So that's
all right.
8, 11. Yes. Puts me at 15.
Hmm.
I'm going to buy 4 cards.
Okay.
And back to you.
Make them count.
What are you doing?
I just remembered a piece of evidence from the crime scene that I forgot to turn in.
What are those?
They look like satellite photos. What would he be doing with these?
What would he be doing with a list of mutual UFO network members in the greater Allentown area with the name Betsy Hagopi encircled?
Yeah, travel plans. Yeah. Let's do that one right now. It's a Scully set card. And we like this one, don't we?
Yes.
All right, so travel plans is a resource event. Play this card in the field. Search through your bureau deck and draw up to 2 site cards. Place the drawn sites face down below this card. You may play these sites for 0 cost during your case assignment phase. Discard this card when no cards remain underneath. So I'm going to search through what's left of my bureau deck and grab me a couple of sites.
Maybe he was going to fit her for a pillowcase, too. Why don't you stick around, get a motel room, and check it out in the morning?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go back to D.C. like a good boy, like Skinner told me to do. Show these 2 few friends of ours.
So, skipping past healing phase once again. Really hasn't been any need for healing this game, has there? Requisition phase, we'll be sliding past that one as well because, yeah, there's no equipment cards in my hand. At least none with a field activator. For deployment, we're keeping everyone deployed in the field. And for case assignment, yeah, 2 sites are going down. All right, the first one is Class County, Washington, Mono, Bureaucracy, Affiliation. That was one of the 2 that I pulled for travel plans, so that's going to be free. The other one is Museum of Natural History, Boston, Massachusetts, Evidence Collection and Method. That one was already in my hand, so I'm going to have to pay for that. I'm going to use one of Rich's tokens to pay for part of that, and I'm going to deduct 1 from my resource pool to pay for the other part of that. And so now with 2 sites potentially in play, Guillaume, I await any bluffs you have. You did steal my make the deal, so that's certainly going to make it possible for you to play bluffs unhindered.
So 1 on Class County, if that's the one with bureaucracy.
Yep.
That's correct. So 1 on that one and 2 on the museum.
Okay, 2. And I'm down to my last Scully token. So I can only take a look at 1 of them. All right, let's, yeah, we got to use at least 1 Scully token. Let's take a look at the one you put on Class County. That's my last Scully token.
Okay, so it's Sheriff Taylor. Play to change the site prerequisite to Sciences 3+.
Yep. So I'm going to need Scully for that. And so she's going to have to definitely go over there. There's 2 bluffs on Museum of Natural History. That's tough. 2 bluffs. I mean, they could be true bluffs. Yeah, what the hell? No guts, no glory, Guillaume. All right, let's head into investigation phase. Scully and Skinner are going to Class County, and Agent Rich and Agent Bonacchese are going to the Museum of Natural History. Let's begin the investigation with Class County, shall we? Affiliation and bureaucracy. Skinner's got the 4 bureaucracy needed to make that site. Let's see the bluff, which we just saw a moment earlier.
Yes.
Paying for it?
Well, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Got good old Dana Scully right there. GenCon Scully, who's wagging her finger at that Sheriff Teller, just like in the episode.
Where's Oswald?
I sent him home.
You released him? When?
After I read your arrest report.
I'm gonna go call Sharon Kavit.
Suspicion of homicide by emission of direct electric current. I don't really believe this.
I believe that Darren Oswald was involved somehow in the death of those 4 people. And I believe it was irresponsible for you to let him go.
Let me get this straight now. You're telling me this kid's throwing lightning bolts?
In effect?
In effect. There's no scientific basis for that claim. This is speculation based on nothing. You have no hard evidence, no proof.
You said yourself, Sheriff, even science can't explain how lightning works.
Mrs. Kavit's not home.
She's on her way to the hospital.
She told him off. What else you got? Bureaucracy affiliation.
Yeah, nothing for that site.
Nothing for that site. And so for that, my team has been awarded an affiliation question. And by any chance, is your X-Files affiliation primordial?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes question. Finally. So, yeah, I've got you down to 4 now. Guillaume, by any chance, is your X-File Sheriff Tom Aarons the cannibal?
Yes, it is.
Holy cow! 1 in 4. Damn. Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
A part of me is locked up in the past. I'm always looking back, you never really disappear. My heart is haunted by the memories, the echoes of your voice. I swear I can still hear them sometimes. I surrender to gravity, your gravity. I'm done. Why am I